Broadcasting television don come for unify, sensitize, and inform salon people home and abroad. Unity Broadcasting TV don come. Development now we complete. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all. Development now we nation salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don come. Development now we complete. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all. Development now we nation salon. Independent media house, we dey here for unify, sensitize and inform. Sierra Leoneans home and abroad. We dey here so for talk, but wetin dey happen? Political discussion, you know about salon politics. Religious messages, entertainment self no go let them. We no go left nothing there, no. Unity Broadcasting TV don come. Development now we complete. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all.
All right, for development now we country salon. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting. So we did live now with 48 Shaka Stephen Street, and you dey watch me through with Facebook and with YouTube page. It has been a great opportunity for una within the media land as the transition of Unity Broadcasting is on the way. But however, this morning, when at the second edition of this week, we go get inside the studio the Deputy Human Rights Commissioner, when lawyer Idrissa Lansana, he go come and talk to we. Victor Idrissa Lansana, he go come and talk to we about some activities we don't go on. Whether the Human Rights Commission they really work or waiting exactly the mandates they about. At the same time, according to the IMC Code of Conduct, where we they abide by, the rights to reply, CSOs them be there in the studio last week Thursday. Unfortunately, certain statements come up where it not go down well with certain persons. For sake of that, Unity Broadcasting gets the opportunity oblige for give opportunity to the other individuals who feel aggrieved for a certain statement. We go get on the phone line via Zoom the PRO for the Sierra Leone People's Party, Moses Selumambu, we go come for address the allegations where CSOs them in levy against and say they collect certain money. We'll get for play the video for let's Sierra Leoneans then watch, and we will get the opportunity for let Moses Mambu react to them or clear that allegation. You will opportunity for send a text message via the number 076946948. This number there on WhatsApp, now we official phone line, and you watch we through with Facebook and YouTube page. And with the broadcast live now with 48 Shaka Stephen Street. My own name now Elizabeth Kefwe Gembe. We go take a quick commercial break. But before the commercial break, we go ask Moses Selo. Waiting in view for Lansana Dumboya yesterday as PRO of the party. And we go tell them some questions to run as this now the new year will not be don't get opportunity for get Moses Mambo. We'll stay tuned for the commercial break. And all come, Moses Mambo go can talk to Sierra Leoneans. Stay tuned.
Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer. Fastnet SL Limited offers you unlimited network with seamless opportunity to surf the internet anyhow with an affordable money to pay for. Our service is fast like a flash, and our bandwidth is the best in Sierra Leone. With Fastnet, your internet doubt is over forever. Also with Fastnet, you will love to enjoy the world of digital reality as much as you can. We are service oriented, customer friendly, and we are here to give you the best out of the rest. We are located at Madungo Town, opposite Water Street off Congo Cross in Freetown. For more inquiries, you can contact us on 079-834047, 074-982-125. Fastnet, always connected. Do you want to enjoy the much needed fiber internet facility for both home, office, and business growth? Then Fastnet Sierra Leone is your answer.
Welcome back to the program now Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. Today now the 17th day of February 2026. The right to reply now the mandates where IMC give all media houses. This morning, allegations be done claim on the head of Moses Selumambu when at PRO for the Sierra Leone People's Party. Apologies, why am I saying All People's Congress? Now the PRO for the Sierra Leone People's Party. It go there on the Zoom line via internet where it go talk to the people of Sierra Leone for clear other allegations where CSOs them make against impersonality and as PRO of the Sierra Leone People's Party inside the studio. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting, Moses Selumambu.
Thank you very much and good morning, Unity, and good morning, viewers.
All right, that's now the SLPP then PRO Moses Selumambu where they can do clarifications for allegations where CSOs then be levy against some. But before that, we want to play the video real quick so that Moses go react to that video and some questions then they way I will get for post to Moses. Wanna stay tuned.
Waiting at the disconnected, waiting hold una. Well, una CSOs na the point. Who has taken your place or what is disconnected?
So you want to frank answer.
Of course, that's why you are here. Let's know why una don't silent. Una don't take.
This is how we talk about this.
Of course, una take your place.
You see APC be there, and they ensure say them donors there and provide support for civil society for the world.
Sure.
Where SLPP can lock that space there.
And would that take her
And they
out?
can, hey, let us answer this question. They can let the team flow. Where SLPP can lock that space there. They try for silencing society.
Indeed.
Right? Now, when APC be the way election the council, then they ensure say UNDP call multiple CS so they provide support to them for against the issue.
Yes.
Now, if it's a for the one at the institute, why there is a civic education, don't can take the money.
Yeah, don't can take the money.
When SLPP don't can just. Now, the fact so that happen, now this government and Curtis and Senna, then they shrink the space. SLPP as your post and so. If they for calling for a program for Mrs. then they do have. APC not be this one at all. SLPP, Nalitinani. I see talk so Joseph Bigara. ACID na Koda Granda this. Now SLPP don't get. They don't let me tell them true.
But why you single out Josie say out?
In I beat one day.
Okay.
You can call a lemon and see done. I beat one day. As CSO then talk objectively, don't begin condemn. The minister on this will check number. They fit saying they know this so. They want to they commend them. If I was saying the German that these are the thick-skinned people. They don't understand what's in that plenty for communication. Let us get freedom of speech. You understand?
So,
but SLPP they lock the space. Don't know they support again. It's not easy. I see make no more. They say CB town hall meeting. So we know they get effect.
Madam, take for instance,
Yeah.
just for but shooting Alfonso they say. Take for instance when the mpox break out. There are a couple of months back, if not a year ago. You understand? What happened? Civil society then go to we say one Dr. Safu the head SHP something like that. I don't forget their name, but I know the health agency we can address emergency issues. When you go there, there's a Ministry of Information and Civic Education though. What's not? When a civil society then and they do you know what I mean? So which space is left for the civil society?
All right, that's now the allegations where those two CSOs been there inside the studio on Thursday, this past Thursday, when they levy against the person of Moses Selumambu, when at the PRO for the Sierra Leone People's Party. And not only that, they also levied another allegations on the LSLPP as a mouthpiece for the party. It reached out to Unity Broadcasting, and we get the opportunity for make a calm and clarify those allegations. So Moses, you don't see exactly, or Yeri, watch, waiting those two CSOs and say against you persons. In the first place, as an individual, you don't take the space or you don't ever go take money inside the name for the Sierra Leone People's Party as PRO.
Well, thank you very much for the opportunity accorded to me. in the first place, political party operation and that of civil society operation not to the same. So then two operations and they not to the same. So honestly, I really been confused waiting the civil society that they try for talk about. However, as a party within a power, we respect the views of people. So I make when somebody make a comment as a party and as a spokesperson for the party, if they reach the threshold for make we reply, we come back and reply because we believe saying a salon, no other political party not don't give space to civil society and media for operate reach the SLPP. None, they. So for we understand we understand the frustration. We know what thing they go through, but first of all, may they know say the political party operation and that of civil society operation not all the same. So there is no way we political party will go to donor for resources on behalf of civil society then get they happen. So then two operations then they are just one for make the public know say not all the same operation they happen at all. There's no way political party they get resources from any donor. So no sign of the way civil society go and apply for funding and the political party like SLPP go there and get that funding they happen. However,
Moses, PRO, you say you understand them frustrations. What do you mean by that, understand them frustrations?
Well, I understand what they go through in the sense that we don't say the space for letting get resources don't be closed. And both the political party, SLPP and government not get too much control over that because they don't know they only come with the resources and then they determine who CSOs or NGOs within they give the resources them to. However, government gets responsibility based on the fact that you organization register maybe with Slango or with the Ministry of Economic Development for make sure say they facilitate some processes where one can get support. Now with regards to support within the government architecture where the institutional base. So then supports and we do within the government, we based on institutions where they operate. Various civil society then because civil society is categorized. You get some where they work in education, you get some where they do development, you get some where they in the health sector. So depending on the sector where you fed yourself, that particular sector they can agree for either work with you and facilitate support for you or not for work with you and not for facilitate support for you. And then they also not get nothing for do with the political party. No institution no dey in a salon we go get resources for civil society. They take that resources they then give political party. The operations they're not all the same. So for we political party like the office of the national PRO, they get resources through the party of incest. For one do any activity, they make requisition to the party and the party manage leadership. They look at them and then approve them and make their resources. And if they make their resources, then they are available to you for on the office of the national publicity sector. For able to face the public, go interviews, design programs for educate people on within the party they do, or complement the effort of government because our party in a power for see how go help the government information architecture them across the country. For make we help for educate the people on the activities of government. So now fall within the category for make we even cross paths with civil society them. However, I see them constrained, I feel them, I understand them, for make sure say government continue for facilitate space and continue for bring them and the donor them together for see how they can be supported. That is a very legitimate concern when we as a political party take because most times civil society, the whole government accountable, also they complement government efforts where necessary. Outside government do something we correct, then they complement government efforts. And then can also serve for be watchdogs for government, monitor government project them across the country for make sure see MDA them way they take resources from Ministry of Finance or from donor them for implement programs them. You need an extra independent eyes way for DD for make sure see their activities and they happen and then go come back and report independently and accurately to the public for make the public also understand say yes we government say they go build school or water well na so side they don't go build and they We been there, we go there, we monitor them. So I understand say government also need to play their role in this. So as the PRO for the party, we also come on that space. I will continue for engage on their behalf. I will continue for engage government on their behalf for make sure say make government understand the unique role within they play and how government go able for facilitate or coordinate for make they able get a close working relationship with MDAs, because civil societies, they are not enemies, not a police officer them.
All
Now
right.
people that really compliment.
Moses, from the CSO background, where you now a member, now from there you come out come into full-blown politics. You get the understanding, or you believe, say, then CSOs then get a legitimate concern, say, then space has been taken, or a fallacy, then they say.
The space have not been taken by anybody, but they get legitimate concerns with regards how government they coordinate with them and how they don't know then they facilitate for support them. Down there in a legitimate concern, we don't they exist not to today, but the space for make they operate it has not been taken. In fact, Nasaro now, for example, with the SLPP government kind of power, we don't remove the death penalty. We don't repeal and replace the 1965 Public Order Act for make sure say no journalists, because both CSO and media almost occupy the fourth and fifth space within with democracy. For make sure say no journalists no go na jail as a result of the work we they do. So we don't open up the space, the civic space don't be open. You don't see now the Ministry of Information, they don't blend the civic education the way most times they operate with CSO them for make sure say we continue for engage the public across the country. So the space have not been taken away from civil society, and the civil society space will never be taken away, because civil society always get an independent space for make sure say they continue for hold government accountable and continue for complement the efforts of government across all sectors. I think what need for be done, which also I don't work on, I don't engage at the highest level, now for improved coordination between MDAs and that of civil society, for improve proper coordination, and also improve the aspect of how government can coordinate and facilitate between the CSOs na salon and that of the donor community, for make them also continue for support them with resources so that they be able for the complement government efforts across the country, either by monitoring government projects or making sure they take government agenda across the country for help government reach to the last person for understand exactly the activities of government, because then get the extra eye and then get the structure them across the country. So as a PRO for the party within the power, I will continue for engage various MDAs for make them see the need for they include CSOs in some of the activities, because when you include CSOs in some of your activities, then they amplify them. Then we will carry the message go to the last man across the country. If na project they implement as a government, then we will go the monetary want them for provide them get the structure across the country for provide them monetary then. So they need to be supported. There is the need for proper coordination between the government and that of the civil society, so that government and civil society for the top and try for see how we go form synergies together and then continue, because what they do in as much as the whole government accountable, it's all there for service delivery or make sure the government deliver the services we supposed for deliver to the people of Sierra Leone. So the space have not been taken away from them, but there's a need for continued engagement, which I will continue for do as a party PRO within our power. I will continue for engage across the board for make sure say then get the required attention and get the required coordination, collaboration across all MDAs, so that then we're able for the support and help government for amplify some of the things and what we do.
All right, so PRO, in your person, they say you been they go and take money from MDAs. In this case, you ever take money from any MDAs, by the time then they reach there, then say PRO, except PRO don't can take them?
So then the una self as a media gets a lot for do, because if somebody come and make an open-ended statement regarding an individual, as a media person, you get the responsibility for pin and down, make it be specific. So if they ask you question now, say, okay, Elizabeth don't go take money na MDAs, we can go to MDAs, they say they don't give Elizabeth money for the media. You understand, eh? the every question when the kind of human state say, okay, do you mention for we specifically who specific MDO na go?
If you watch
So now
the
so we
full
tie the
video,
person.
PR, if you watch the full video, you go attest say we asked on that question, but he vehemently say you no one for name the names of those MDAs for making not put them in trouble because some of them they give that money clandestinely. I quote, he said, then they give secretly. That's clandestine mean. But the question here is, you ever take money now any MDAs by the time CSOs then they go there, then say SLPP PRO don't can take them?
No, that they don't ever happen. So now make us say as media, because somebody no can no more make a blanket statement against person or against institutions. Now they know it. It's always important that anytime somebody make allegation publicly for able as a media for pin and down, no matter what, if na me na the presenter, I make sure say a pin and down, make it be specific because when you say MDA, we get over 300 MDA the way they operate na salon. So you know they make in fact and they say na bad name for the MDA themselves. So they make sure say you pin and down. But for answer your question, no, the operation, I don't think you just not say the operations of the political party and that of CSOs, not for the same operation. We know they run the same administrative operations. And so there's no way we party will go or make MDA get money. No, the political party no they operate that way. We don't function that way. Civil society, the CSF no, they function that way. Because we think they're supposed to do with MDAs, now for make sure say they collaborate, for make sure say service delivery gets to the last person. But since you don't mention specific, MDA, political parties operation and that of civil society operations, not to the same. So that only not ever happen, and that only not will ever happen because as a political party, we get a different mandate and we get a different way how we operate, and we get a different way how we you get and use resources to make sure so we push the agenda of the political party. So that only no ever happen.
All right, Moses, as a PRO of the Sierra Leone People's Party, he also made a very strong statement, say the LCPP don't take the space of the CSO. He further go and say APC not been they do that, but he also name names, but because they're not in at the studio, not go make mention of that, but he name names of individuals, and he go further and praise a specific individual when Safa Abdullahi, Dr. Emmanuel Safa Abdullahi say, without in CSOs for them be them for them vanished. So as a party PRO, why if he say this space when at the CSOs and space, one for be held under your party in dispensation?
Well, I don't tell you just now, say first of all, the SLPP government no shrink no space. Now no independent group there, and whether it be CSOs, whether it be market women, whether it be all the union then whether they operate na salon, whether it be professional associations, whether it be the media. In fact, what we don't do, we don't open up the space. So we come as a government in 2018, check now 7 years down the line, we get more media houses na salon than ever before. We get more space for make you operate independently in a salon than ever before. So as I say just now, I understand as a party, we understand the frustration, which is proper coordination between the government of salon and that of the civil society, just like we, the government of SLPP can coordinate with the media. I think say themselves deserve that one day as an independent group for make sure say made them they get an avenue side and they engage government at the highest level for the share some of them findings and concerns. Because as I said just now, the young owner for continue for whole government accountable to the promises we make to the people, and for make sure say they also complement the efforts of government in the services who they deliver across all the sector. So it is important for make most, if not all, government apparatus, government architectures, and continue for operate to the media, continue for operate to CSOs, because these are the people who amplify the things and what we do across the country. So it's important that we continue to improve on coordination, but taking the space, no government operation or political party operation and that of civil society operation, they are two different operations. So there is no way one will take in company in space now. So that may not they happen. However, as a political party, we determine for win the 2028 elections. It is important that because we don't do so much, it is important we coordinate and collaborate with CSOs across all sectors for make sure say we then continue for amplify some of the things and what we do, because CSOs they across the entire country. Side is every government structure, not the CSOs, then then people and then they operate and then business. So it is important that we improve coordination, we improve collaboration between CSOs, the media, and that of government operations across all sectors. So that one did a legitimate concern we didn't get, as I say, Jishno, and myself as the party within our power and PRO, I will continue for engage, because what we do as political party, we operation also different from that of the government of Salon. The government of Salon and we get the party. But since now the party, now in our power, we will continue for engage with colleagues and our government for make them understand and see reasons how within the importance of collaboration and coordinating with CSOs and the media, how that one they go help we as a party within our power for make sure so we continue for get information across the country to the people and across the country to Sierra Leoneans them. So their engagements and they go continue, they will not stop. I will continue for do their engagement and also engage government for see how there will be facilitation between CSOs that alone and that of the donor community for see the government lay a case on their behalf for see how donor they will come in and support them for either monitor government programs them or also help government in certain areas for make sure say information gets to the people across the country. So then coordination and the one between them CSOs and MDAs, and two, government facilitate coordination between CSOs and development partners for make sure say they are fully supported when it comes to resources for able for help government for carry service delivery across the country. Because for example now government don't sign performance contract with all MDAs, all heads of MDAs. Government sign performance contract with them every 3 months. Government they renew that performance contract. So it is important that we get independent monitors like the media, the CSOs, to make sure so they continue for monitor them performance contract and they whether the things and with the MDA then they sign up to, they actually they do up in the communities. So CSOs, if they are properly supported, funded, and coordinated, they can able to go out and get them data then and present them back to independently, because government gets in your so it generates in your data, but you can get another independent eyes on behalf of either the office of the chief minister or the office of the president to make sure say they get an extra independent eyes who are the CSOs and the media for go and continue for monitor them the implementation of the performance contract with MDAs then sign all gears towards improving quality service delivery across all sectors. So I will continue for engage as a party. We will continue for engage with government and make sure so we continue for collaborate and coordinate between the government and that of the CSOs and continue for talk to government for help facilitate and coordinate between the CSOs and that of development partners for make them go be fully supported.
All right. PRO, now we look at something we don't unfold. Unfortunately, you know, they inside the country, but something don't unfold where the ordinary citizens they look at and say a very real for let it happen. With the case of the Secretary General for the main opposition APC party. They don't deny and bail the first time. Yesterday, we've been in a court. Unfortunately, the magistrates come, according to waiting, he said, I was there, he said he need 15 defense lawyers for lawyer Lansana Dumbuya and 2 lead counsel or state counsels for Lansana Dumbuya in case, because the case now the state versus Lansana Dumbuya. Unfortunately, the hall been overcrowded with over 120 plus the one the number we've been there inside, besides the one that we've been there outside. As a political party, individuals they don't begin point finger at una. Why that they happen under the SLPP dispensation and waiting you feel say go be the headway for let peace and national cohesion continue in the nation?
So for we as a party, we maintain with position. There are 3 branches of government. Yeah, you get the legislative, you get the judiciary, and you get your executive. One of them branches then we na the executive, now we the head down. The legislative with the majority, yes, but then two political parties and they did the APC, they did the SLPP, they did. In fact, some legislation and they some amendments and they to constitution we want one. You get forget members of APC for vote for that thing. And then you get the judiciary we completely independent. Okay, we're completely independent. So now the three arms of government and they we as a political party within a power, we occupy the executive arm of government. We now we own the day-to-day affairs of the state and protect the territorial integrity of a state against external aggression. We now we own function as the executive arm of government. The judiciary very independent. And you know, say SLPP, we are a political party. We every Sierra Leone and globally they know we for be institutional political party. We build institutions and we make sure say the institutions and they become independent, so they operate independently. Few days ago, I did one at the AIV where I been get for talk say this is the first time in history you will see a political party in a power and you get an institution like the PPRC find we as a political party. And also remember that story of Daddy that we PRO for the northern region we PPRC been get for final we now within a power. That kind of thing, you know, they ever happen if APC in a power for make you see a democratic institution, APC in a power, they find them political party. That they know they happen self. They put on public and we been get for go pay the 150 million. It shows how independent institutions then they. You see the other institution will also bring in on the National Commission for Peace and National Cohesion. You see the role with them play after the 2023 elections. You see the whole independent role with them play. Make sure say they try for bring APC, try for bring the government of Salon and bring moral guarantors, international partners together for make we sit down and dialogue in the name of peace. And then do independently, I be the see the commission, they be the go now APC the office and they come now state house, that they go to development partners, that they try for coordinate. So you see, and you also see institutions who bring like the Human Rights Commission year in, year out, that they probably report them, within some of them report them, they're very challenging. So we, the political party, within our power, but they do them anyways. And nobody no ever touch them. It shows how SLPP they build institutions and for make the institutions and they hold their foot. Because we know some of the reasons who bring the war in this country, mama, and because institutions don't be the work the way how they're supposed to work. Having said that, as political parties, we get two key responsibilities. One of the responsibility then they now for make sure say we continue to tell the public the truth. Not of propaganda, because now the digital world within now propaganda space don't shrink, and this is what political parties like APC know they learn from them. You see, every year you evolve, you reform, you bring innovations into how you engage people. Lies, propaganda, you don't come on because the people are able to verify. They self get way for able going online and check certain statement then when they make a public, whether not true or whether not true at all. So for example, you say, oh, there were this particular person a thief election. The public service, you know, what you mean when you say thief election? Also, you don't prove say a thief election. And some of them statements then they not a political statement there, and not fall within the armpit of freedom of speech, freedom of expression. No, that is a slander. I know we see there publicly say Unity broadcast, they don't thief all the media the money. How they there say I come back say no. Na political statements are be the make now the freedom of speech now be the exercise. No, now I don't slander the image of Unity broadcasting. So that one they not correct. As political parties, we get responsibility because when you're in opposition, you're in a government in waiting. So you get responsibility for make the public always understand the truth. But for we as a party, we believe say the rule of law for operates because in 2012 the election we been believe say that election they be rigged now we are the ECSL we been there at that time under Christian Atop rigged that election they now we are because they almost cancel one whole district where Christian Atop no been get that power then at the act by then for cancel one whole district. But what we do? We operate within the law say the constitution of Salon say 7 days. after a presidential election, if you get problem with that election, within 7 days, if you file petition, now the Supreme Court. And the Constitution not say when they file petition at Supreme Court, now the ECSL, now they forgive you the evidence so if you go present at the court. No, the Constitution, no law, no, they will say that at all. What in the law say? The ECSL now a witness, or the ECSL now a defendant to the case. So you, when are the complainant, forget that all you evidence them, when now you use for good challenge the result na court. For example, we SLPP, we been get 100% of all we RRF forms them in 2012 from every police station across the country. All we RRF forms them will be getting now we tally center, all of them. So when we don't tally, we don't say we get number past APC, and the results have been rigged because they cancel almost the entire Kailan district was cancelled for able to give APC a winning. We get all the RRF forms Sunday. We put them together across all the country. Now we can go to Supreme Court. Within 7 days, we don't file petition. Say, look, we evidence. We don't present her na the Supreme Court. We don't even say, oh, let ECSL give me disaggregated data. No, they don't get that responsibility. Then they don't fall within the mandate. They don't fall within the mandate. Now we don't accuse them. Say,
let we look at the human rights side. For somebody for be denied bail twice, is this something this una dispensation intend for do? Because when you look at the cyberbullying acts, when I take out the criminal libel law, then when I bring out something very heavy. Yesterday I've been asked a lawyer inside the studio whether they be actually watched through this criminal libel law, where they take off, and this cyber where they bring them, then watch in depth, because they look better more than how you they expect them for be. I make mention to a very senior scribe the last time, where we been small, then they say Momo big waist, Sheki big nose, Abat Magai or Jas Magai Agbata, and then they respond in a form of fun. But under this dispensation, we see that individuals' rights are not exercised. Protest is not allowed. Freedom of speech is quietly getting muscle. As a political party spokesperson, denying bail for Lansana Doumbouya, is it right twice? And why are individuals not really allowed to vent out their personal view?
So first of all, right goes with responsibility. Every right you get, chapter 3 of the Constitution very clear, and on the right thing where you get, they also very clear about the responsibilities where you get and the protections where you get under the Constitution of Sierra Leone. So every right you get, it goes with responsibility. And secondly, the cyber bullying law not come for replace the 1965 Public Order Act. That one is very different, because now within a digital world, it been but fitting for make we get the cyber bullying law na salon, because that na even developing countries now they get them for able for protect everybody, including you yourself. Imagine you wake in the morning, somebody don't send picture of you in public, we not supposed for do that one day. So the cyber law don't protect a lot of citizens them across every sector. Now we daily lives them inside salon, we done the very important. So we not take the space at anybody hand. The SLPP government, if any other government when we come, we been get less than 75 media houses where they operate. Today we get well over 400 media houses where they operate, because we don't properly criminal libel law now the books now we country. So the SLPP no shrink the space. But as I say just now, as a political party, we not interfere with the independence of the judiciary. Bail na a discretion of the judge or a magistrate, not to something where anybody gets for influence. It left to the discretion based on the merits of the matter, where the magistrate or the judge say, okay, this particular case at this time meet the threshold for make a grant and bail. Once it don't go down the court, they now within the jurisprudence of that magistrate or the judge, where they adjudicate that particular matter day. And that one they cannot be influenced by any political party. But to the common man, few things you for talk as a common people. Now for make we know, say, if I make Elizabeth, if I make allegation against you, you can't make on a court. Now you're right as an individual, whether you're a president, whether you're a minister, it is your right. If I make allegation baseless, allegations against you, if I slander your name, and you write for gonna court, for Kemi gonna court, it's very important. The space have not been taken away from everybody. Imagine this President Bio from 2023. APC the Allah say, individual within the APC the Allah say, President Bio don't thief election, President Bio don't thief election. Not to President Bio they conduct elections. They act them very clear. The laws they did a salon. Now ECSL they conduct election. This is an independent body outside the operations of government. They get an act, they get law where they govern them, where they control their operations. And then law then they go through parliament. Parliaments are both APC and SLPP. Now they make up parliament. Now they pass them law then they and give that power they to ECSL for conduct elections. So now this we get for understand. Not to in the party within a power, not to in the conduct elections. We get for understanding. But until we bother them and we see them from the other side, not they understand. They just feel say every election where they not win, that election day is rigged. And then they not for happen that way day. In 2012, I don't make example for make the public understand between we SLPP and we bother them at the other side, would I really want for see this country go before and would I let the peace and tranquility where they operate among we SLPP we law abiding. When we lost the 2012 election, we not go in a court of public opinion. We not go to make allegations and claim we will forget say law day we will suppose for falla. In fact, in 2023, one of the contender then for APC flag bearer now, FEBUARY Alkamara, when a lawyer, they accused the APC say them blunder where they not go down the Supreme Court. They accused them. The evidence and they out tender. You know, journalists, you will find out. FEBUARY Alkamara say he take the APC on say it was a big mistake while APC no go to court with the elections in 2012. Ebo, I go to now public, they slander the name of not only the president, not only the presidency safe now. Not say President Bio not to be president of the Republic of Salon, but he's the leader of the biggest political party in Salon. He's the leader. Imagine they tell a political party leader, say, like Tiffy. If you support them vex, they take the loan at the Johan, jump into the streets. What you go do? How you go control them? So for we at the SLPP, at the camera, for we at the SLPP, really.
Moses, now look at this other way. What if, when we go begin see President Julius Maada Bio, it make some people they make fun with him. Or recently, it just cut in here in a very low skin. If somebody call him President Bio to loan Pepe, is it something where it go vex or it go be asking cyber bullying again and bullying? All right, the program now Unity Broadcasting Morning Show. We just lost Moses Mambu. We go try forget him again, but we just don't get on the phone line Edmond Abu, where himself na CSO a want for make a contribution to the topic. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting. Good morning and welcome to Unity Broadcasting.
Yes, you get me?
Yes, Edmond, I did get you right inside the studio. Unfortunately, we just lost Moses Mabu. We did try to get him back again. So, Edmond, you don't read the conversation inside the studio. As a civil society activist, what you make for of it right now?
You see, Elizabeth, I wake up this morning and this thing where you interview Police Mambo. You see, let's say this with ability. I am one of the oldest, if not the oldest activists now. We don't fight from the restoration of the imagine from 1996, 95, 96. I was at the Big 1 and 2 to date. So at the end of the interview, I listened to the interview, them fellow there study, they were and Alfonso. You see, a document like this flag bearer thing. You see, firstly, people understand. Freedom of expression, it goes rights, but it goes with responsibility. Your right to swing your speech, your right for not swing the fist, is stop around Elizabeth in face. I get right for talk, but I'm not right for cause Elizabeth mama. Civil society space, they don't shrink for so many reasons, but one key reason is because of them very people else when they talk to so. And then you go away and can't do it. If you civil society,
all right,
you go support. you go support toll road.
Edmond, who are the people that have spoken to 3 individuals on this?
The Alfonso now, the Moses Mabu them.
Okay.
You go support toll road. Firstly, this very Alfonso, he don't make a clear, say, a game activist, in a government of the day he serve. He don't serve the former APC to a point to side, the attack arm, and his command and go to an hospital, they attack politicians, you understand? From there, this government come, a guy side, they tell what they talk of fear. You get people like Alfonso, you get people like Moses Mabu, now they go defend the system. If you talk about, one go up, you understand? These are the people, you need to activists. They say that one go up. You get people like Alfonso, they go sit down at parliament, and because people like that fake phone. And people call them activists. You understand? They say this thing one go up, fear one go up, rest one go up, this they go up, two one go up. These are the people, and he always don't get a record. He go always call people like Moses Mabu. He go always call people like Saul Amin. I mean, is that your role as activists to always defend bad? Is that your role waiting for punish the people? Not don't do this, that's how one go up. They are there for them. So are they surprised what they hear? And the people are going like what they sabi do, they have always been gaslighted, they sabi gaslight. They will make you like say, now you they do the bad, not to them they do the bad. You understand? So me I advise them. No government, no SFP government not take no money now in the safe state. Anybody tell you say lie, they lie back. No APC government, but if you CSO, you don't take money to government, you don't be able to know you CSO work. But if me, I said, okay, Namina the bodyguard, Namina the soldier man for defend PRO pay money, then tomorrow PRO not give me any money, then it means you're on your own, not to SFP government, no blame no government. When an Escoma for go for more time, it was this very Alfonso, then they put more time, now we kill more time. When an Escoma, the one go in more time for say in the extended time, the one goes for third time. What activists will team up and challenge an Escoma? Now people like Edmond Abu. When Pakaba, when most of the excess luggages, you understand that and the Alfonso the Moses man would wanna be they are be student there, not to be they not be there in the space, and be young man there. You understand? We defended a lot of things that will be wrong during the days of Pakaba. Restoration of democracy, 1997, when we lost Vafik on a student demonstration, we were there. 2020, against Fode Sanko ran for the honest to the Rome Peace Accord. Who were the activists when they are alive? We're active now. Now everyone now plan that protest. The peaceful now only enjoy. These boys, these are the 10 year old activists then.
Right.
Okay, now the state on the change. Most of them.
Edmond, you don't make them claims here, and you really did tailor them down. But we also get Moses Mabu on the Zoom line where he go come and tell you or tell we. Of course, you don't accept, say, the SFPP not take the space of them. But you also talk, say, they are the cause for all them things where they happen. Moses, you believe, say, during your time as CSO, una have been part of the system where they say una they serve the government of the day?
No, but me na one person where I believe CSO. Edmond Abu sabi me very well. People like Edmond Abu, they know me extremely well. You know, see, we na fire brand, we're not afraid for take on any government. When you talk about APC government, some of we not been part of any of the agenda there. We always don't set the agenda. We not for represent the views of the people. And some of who can side politics so now they view them they will bring come for make sure say the people and they now the forefront of anything we do. However, as CSOs, we not to police officers, we not to enemies of the state. We dey CSOs them be there because I know say we been a politician now. CSOs them dey for make sure they then continue for whole government accountable for the promises where they make to the people. CSOs then also dey for make sure say they complement the efforts of government. Inside government they do well, continue for complement the efforts of government. Yes, there are challenges included into operations then they as CSOs, waiting they supposed for do and waiting they're not supposed for do. As CSOs, you know, advocate. You understand? The power of CSOs is limited. So one of the powers where you get, one of the opportunities where you get, and for voice out concerns, really happy we not correct on behalf of the people. Now for make sure say voice out them concerns and they, or sometimes engage the appropriate authorities for make sure say them concerns and they are being addressed. And the SLPP government, now one government where they listen. Now one government where they engage. Now Abu don't engage the SLPP government locally and internationally. You don't need a plenty international conference with governments of Salone. You don't go to plenty meetings with governments of Salone where they get there for sit down at the table and then get a conversation with the government of Salone. As CSO, those are the things that we supposed to happen. It's challenging because as CSOs, you don't get power outside advocating for concerns and we think say government supposed to address or for engage government to make sure say being concerned and the way you raise on behalf of the people, those concerns they can be engaged. As CSOs, there are different categories of CSOs. As I say, CSOs and they even across the world, you get the academia, you get the academic aspect, you get the research aspect, you get the development aspect, you get the political aspect. Civil society, they do the young work now for complementing the effort of what in government they do. They're not wrong in the young dispensation. Civil society, they do the young work now for make sure say they continue for review, continue for follow development programs them on behalf of the people of Salone. Civil society, they do the human rights aspect of people. So then all in categories, then they all get different space where they represent, different space where they function under. But what's the thing is within the civil society space and Salone over the years, and how them for coordinate, for bring all the expertise that they together and put onto one and coordinate under one agenda, which is pushing the agenda of the people of Salone. Down the nine on day over the years, because everybody they operate isolatedly. And Moabudi Nayon, Alfonso they said dinner the young. But for we as the political party within a power, what thing will they continue for do? Not for continue for create the space. But something the way you talk part of your question, just Elizabeth, what I want to clarify before you bring in Edmond Abu, that is the aspect of demonstration. The SLPP government not stop anybody for demonstrate. Just that there are procedures where you pass through to make you get permits for demonstrate. Because when you come out for demonstrate, even developed country then, your demonstration not for block other person that you daily livelihood. So now make it is important for me to coordinate with the security apparatus within the country for me to make sure say when you demonstrate, at least you give other people when you get interest in that demonstration, they let them carry on their economic activities. Those who can see over the years when they take demonstration.
Moses, I also ask a quick question. When we go see His Excellency Julius Maada Bio begin accept phone and agree back talk. If somebody call him, for example, I make a mention, like where it don't barbing here, very low skin. If somebody call him to loan Pepe, is it going to be accepted as phone or it will be accepted as cyberbullying?
Yeah, Elizabeth, nobody know the way people they don't take on negatively, both in personality and in public life, which President Bio will not ever act, ever react. I can take you back before 2018. This time the man wouldn't say they get blood my hand. This time the man wouldn't say he thief passport there in Krango. This time the man wouldn't say he kill people in Asalo, he get blood my hand. This time the man wouldn't bring the former head of state Strasser as to go for calm slander in name. They don't say nothing. This are the man where they don't put on my head. They don't do all kinds of, they don't snap and say, sit down at Boston, London. He wear guinea creep. They don't do all kinds of things to him. President Bio have never said nothing. He not ever said nothing. President Bio is a very peaceful man. Elizabeth, it is an opportunity which Salone get a man like President Bio as a president. The reason being, he knows the problem of Salone. He did they do in the war. It don't rule Salone during the war, the problem times. Now one of the people that will fight for the democracy and the peace they enjoy so today, he fight, he go on the front line. Imagine bullets being catcher. You know they say himself today. So it's one of the people that will don't fight for this country also in war, and one of the parts we don't hold this country also in peace. So President Bio is one of the most experienced Salonians where they alive so today because he understands everything about Salone. So when it comes to slander, giving him bad name, insulting his personality or his family, not to today it begin. But the question remains, Elizabeth, where can we draw the line as a country? Because the rhetoric of we border then on the other side is dangerous for the peace and tranquility of the country. Imagine, because APC don't push that narrative stay, the 2023 election in Tifa. Say today, even within the APC, they get two factions of people. They get people within the APC who still believe, say, Samoa Kamara, they can't take over and be president before they step down. People will still hold that conviction. Why? Because of the narrative what they don't push. And then it is a very dangerous narrative, Elizabeth, for the peace of a country. So it is important as political parties to make we own up, or tell we people and not face them and tell them the truth. When the 2012 election, when we go next to Supreme Court, the Supreme Court throw the matter out of court. As a political party, we go down now Wallace Johnson Street. I remember faithfully that day the President Bio, they go down now Wallace Johnson Street. There was a big crowd of support where they did. They addressed them, say, hey, the election they don't see from. We don't file petition at Supreme Court. Supreme Court don't throw the matter out of court. That is the only way we get. Now the only way maybe dandy. Make we not take the law that we on hand. Anybody will get professional career, no go back. Everybody go back. And go back in London, continue your education and continue your business. We will come back and we will get the power another day. They say he who fights to run will live to fight another day.
Moses, let hold you right there. Edmond Abu, Moses don't say as CSOs who not they work together in uniformity rather than individuality now una they portray. How true is this as CSO on your own side?
Well, the problem with Moses Mambo during the days of APC, he was a young man, was a student. Now 2018, I remember saying Moses Mambo really match up okay to CSO. Now in Big Brother will be done as CSO. CSO don't ever unity nowhere under the world. In fact, that's the beauty of CSO. You need for land that today. The divergence of the all man gets your own. If talk and say all man they operate on thematic. So I wonder why they deflect again. Now, CSO no need forget the same view. What's in bad if me don't take fear, for instance, then you Moses Mambo go grab for go support government for go cost me. You Alfonso for go cost me, mama. Go to activism, dandy. If they don't take issue on data, you Moses Mambo, you go support NAFCA for campus Edmond. But when they do, not to CSO dandy. And for me, not say ever when say Moses Mambo say take government accountable. You've always been pro. And in Moses Mambo say Alfonso has always been pro under the APC. You know that. And before the next SSL the last time I checked, in Saolami with any very Moses Mambo, they went against Edmond Abu. Not to activism dandy. And not to that they call divergence. Not to because you go to PRO for government. I mean for go talk up for I call it MDA, you're an activist. No, you are not an activist. Now the same to the flag bearer there. Most of them they parade to not to flag bearer until the party give you say yes, in a flag bearer you qualify. Now I make me family don't even tell the PPIC more safe, but most of them plenty a day. But come on, they parade to their active, they are not. They are not activists. Be that as it is, I can understand some studios and they need people when they talk. So as long as you get people when they talk, you will call it as activists you can. You don't go look people like Zana Shah, you say a flag bearer.
Well, unfortunately, I know once we bring Zainab Sheriff in.
No, okay, no, what can they say? Listen, I need to be, we still on CSO.
We limit to the CSO space, please.
I know, now, listen. When they say CSO, and this are the thing is, what people don't understand. Everybody, Elizabeth.
Yes.
Elizabeth.
Yes, I can hear you.
When you're a civilian, you take position. You understand? You're a civil society. You get political activists that like civil blinding. You go say, okay, now me activists are the exercise my right. You're a politician, or you're an activist too. You call a political activist. There's no problem with that. But at the same time, you must stay within the limits. Your human rights should be respected, but you know for also infringe on another man's rights. Which I don't they tell them young man they are so. No, but this Baba has been somebody now that young man I don't they admire. For what as for me, in Big Brother, now we all know that I won't go demonstrate to police at 2020, but then he was a young, very, very young man. You understand? But if you see us so, your agenda always. Now for always bash the government, you need to provide solution. They get it today. They are there. What is my book for them? They only now for just put the nakedness, the bad of government. You are not a CSO. You don't say anything good. You are not a CSO.
All right, Edmond, you don't.
If you CSO, Adika, if you CSO, you always now for Batomato, for go be PRO for government, for go take government when they say top up and up, like APC and someone put rest up, now you they want put figure up, now you are not a CSO, you not the man.
All right,
you not ordinary man.
Edmond, you critics then go talk say they act very troublesome. Whether they in uniformity with certain quarters now the government or the opposition.
Do I need to have it?
Acting troublesome.
Do I need to have it? That makes me an activist. I don't need it. I don't need government endorsement. You ask for this Mabu from when young way they come up in order that Monabu in border and award in activism. The role will not play. Some of the politicians they party they do not play. Show me whose politicians don't ever send a property, don't in a court with mobile companies for years. Yesterday, you know, see 200 lawyers. Why make you not see them 200 lawyers for take mobile company go court? Because the space has been polarized. What you see lawyer now is either APC or SLP. What you see activists. So I don't need it. I don't need endorsement. But guess what? I also able to compliment the government. Me not to opposition. When we hear the round, with all the PRO they built on, I said one thing for President Bio don't do. When no president ever do in 2025. I said President Bio are the only person we don't put rest. Can you imagine? This country something go here for the canon. I said it. I mean New York message. Go check my page. That for let put rest down from 900 to 600. It's a novelty and I commend them. So Edmond not to that kind of person where always that troublesome. I'm a professional. If I went to tell me that I can say for me, very strong himself. Because Edmond not ever say something wrong against anybody. Now I didn't tell us about what I say. I say if the statement me no as radical as I am, no APC man no they will not criticize Mother Bio in these last 7 years. Like I've been to jail 2 times from this present Bio government. 2 twice. They have been embarrassed. No, let me show me why APC man will not go jail. So that's what you say. We have done this thing dispassionately. I did it on Apakaba. I did it under so consistency. So when they talk about activists then, you get activists they don't go for symbol. When they don't get the symbol, they come and they parade, they say they're a CSO. You are not a CSO. I'm a gatekeeper. I don't need processes internationally, locally. But who saw me get problem with them, a younger brother there? If somebody, if even if you don't go support KRSF, no go against you, make the thing look funny. Because you just take money. When we take mobile company go court, now with 300, among with 3, people like Sano, they all deflect. Others that deflect. I took the case. I spent $150,000 on my own. To the point to say the case go end. So when the activists they deflect, some compromise. That is your courage of conviction is to be strong.
All right.
So when they talk about activism, now because somebody talk on radio television, say one activist. Because it talks say no. So for land on this, SFPP government not take no money and nobody hand. Then they will say it. No activists don't criticize Mother Bio Richard Monabu. Then they show me one or APC person.
All right.
Loudly, boldly. So what this
Edmond, you don't claim say you don't go to police so many times. Do you consider your human rights being trampled on? Why is you didn't approach back?
Of course. Good question. Imagine I took a matter go court. This people already okay. We've been in court for 6-7 years, and then here is a judge where all with judgment. They say justice delayed, justice denied. I work with the TRC process. They say just one of the things that count the war, the antecedent to the war, and the judiciary. They did it. We took 6 years in court. At the end of the day, Moses Mamu still like Edmond self get and watch. I take me watch, I give Moses Mamu. Moses Mamu not give me watch, he not give me money. Then we go to chief. Then chief tell Moses, say, Moses give Edmond money. Nothing tell you. Moses begin pay me for this watch. When so say Moses guilty. How can I lose such a case against Moses Mamuna court? Show me, Elizabeth. Okay, we don't lost the case. We come back. You don't find we. You even tell me send me contempt. What they are contempt for? They send me go to jail. Then by the same jail, now you are the judge, now you are the jury, now you are the witness, now you are the prosecutor. Lawyers they see this in this country. I went to jail not because of Edmond Abu. I will eat for myself. I will feed my family with all humility. You understand? And then this man send me go down. He come and send me for what I do simply because I call him out say you don't violate section 120 section 16. So this is the thing. When it happen to Edmond Abu, nobody knows see him. But for take tomorrow, if it happen to Moses Mamu, everybody go see him. Or Elizabeth or Dumwea, everybody go see him. But this is the judiciary for you. Under the APC, then they go talk case, verdict there, na party office. Then they go determine because they count for can't be judge. Now, APC party office, then they go take judgment. They don't determine whether for we arranger, then they can't give judgment. We have saw it, we seen it all. So then two political parties now because to determine, oh now SLPP the government, now someone they ban SLPP say, oh, but they are the same. The judiciary has never been independent. They don't travel on people's rights. So me where they beg, I'm not in the studio, at the beg President Bill. APC gets so many, Elizabeth with your leave, APC gets so many issues. Let one no can blame on Babai, they put another burden, say, oh, they begin defend. The purpose is Mabu say, the people in Gaima, what did they not talk against President Bill? Gaima, not talk how to. The purpose is say, they don't talk about him. He has been the most castigated presidential candidate. Encouraged and admire. He not gonna be president, he not gonna be this thing I am. They don't say all that. So President Bill, but not to have we sit down. Moses Mamu no. Paolo Conte take peace to go to the state house. You know pardon now? Paolo Conte, Unaolo, to say Elizabeth, you don't know. So let them just left this man. Let it go. Let it not add more problems to man. They say, oh, the SLPP. Yes, all the narrative they say about even the electoral justice is correct. That is fiction. That is, if I can call it collective madness. If you don't know what they go and lie and you say, oh, they can't give part today. Why? Because they don't push the wrong narrative. That is so correct.
All right, Edmond, let me bring Moses inside this discussion. Why should they try for roundup? Moses, you don't hear me waiting. Edmond don't claim say the APC and the SLPP not the same, and he don't clarify and say the SLPP not take the space now the NECSO in hand, now the way within they behave. So you now, why should they try for roundup? Waiting go be you find a word to other CSOs then as you not be member. But now a politician and the way forward for the nation.
So first of all, as the national PRO for the party within our power, I want to make clear the people of Sierra Leone understand say the SLPP government no they take space on anybody and the SLPP government we do we best every time within our power to make sure say there is some amount of independence of the judiciary. Because for we believe say we still adhere to the principles or the recommendations of what the TRC report me say. And some of them things and then only when the SLPP is in power, now we they fit to push the agenda of some of the things that the TRC report they say. But one of them things and then for make sure so we get independent judiciary. Now I make today and also Edmond will also tell you that the things will come in 2018. Access to justice will improve by 67% across the country. Today we get magistrates in almost every district. We get high court now almost every district in this country. We don't be happen before. So we don't take justice closer to the people when SLPP can empower. And that one in fact. Every CSO will tell you that they say yes, the expansion of the judiciary across the country for make it reach to the people for make people now get access for going on proper courts instead of before they go to them chief them or adjudicate them matter them don't improve. When it comes to police station, almost in every district, every chiefdom now in most of a police posts, which is a novelty. That they don't be happy for access police station before we can empower be very difficult. So now, not only police posts in almost every chiefdoms across the country, but patrols across the country don't drastically improve for make sure say security day across the country. There are still challenges we need for deal with. But when it comes to CSOs, when it comes to CSOs, I also want for correct me, brother Edmoabu, when he say me say CSOs they don't need for come together in any country. That was not what I meant. When I say CSOs they operate on diverse issues, but they can come together instead try for qualify some of the reasons we make us say them for come together. For example, if my price don't go up some side, the CSOs that we did in that sector they take them up. Other CSOs that we operate on other sector, not for come again against. And for let them be not happen, they need for coordinate. So there's always a coordination in diversity. In as much as they operate in different sector, but we all get the same umbrella CSO. So there's nothing wrong for making una get a group or a forum we una dey for able for coordinate synergies for say hey, we want for take on this sector. So if you know say you know in this sector, do ya we dey left we take or complementary, una can consider okay educate on about that sector day, and then we all can take the fight up together. That is what coordination means. You know mean say if you not CSO really work on electricity or fuel, that means say the other CSO really work on human rights go come and take you space. No. In as much as we be in diverse sectors, different, we are still can coordinate. Coordination now for make some of the things and we and about the talk so make it not happen. But again, most CSO not in the world, we know they work with government. Working with government no mean say you don't sell your integrity. No, if you had Moabu, they work with government. There have been several instances where Moabu they engage PRA, for example, they engage NATCA, for example. There are enough evidences where they out there where Moabu they engage them, then they get conversation. Things that they happen, they go there. Then they talk, then they get conversations to make them understand themselves. Because if you work with a sector, you're not an enemy, you're an activist within that sector. They no mean say you're an enemy to the sector. There are times something that they happen at CSO. Now your responsibility for go to make una get dialogue, make una get understanding. Say hey, fear long up, why? Sit down with me, sit down with PRA, una talker. If you don't believe now, then where you go now where you go out for go engage, you talk and say, hey, I went there, I engaged them, or I write for engage them, they not give me the opportunity to make her able for engage them. But it is fitting that as CSOs, because the powers of CSOs limited. For make you get certain information, you get for make sure say you engage. Government is not an enemy to CSO, just like we CSOs are not enemies to us. We are politicians them. So it is important that we build that synergy day, outside coordination, engagement will happen. Because there are sometimes, even as activists, because most times where I be at the CSO and they mean a more book can fall out because some things and they really happen. You therefore make sure say you sit down with the sector players where they within that sector. You know they just put down with the top of your head say no. You also go for back and up with data. You don't forget the facts, the right, you get your data, then you engage because you don't know what's in the happen at the back end regarding that particular situation. But maybe when you engage before you go public, you're able to get another perspective. That don't mean say you believe the perspective where the sector player they lay to you, but just like they get different type perspective. So that when you go to public, when you go engage, when you engage, you even bring the perspective. Say, when I engage Ministry of Trade, I engage Ministry of Finance, this is what they said. And they were the reasons we make them talk certain things. So as CSOs, it is important for me to also be engaged. But governments, we as a political party within our power, understand the important role of CSOs. Because if CSOs, they know they put we under we tools to make we perform. And CSOs, they also, I don't talk and just not say, then they complement government efforts. I don't tell you about the performance contract. There's nothing wrong for make CSOs, they follow up on the performance contract and then can talk and publicly who's one with the work or who's one with not the work. No. But the mistake we also some CSOs they can do, when the CSO want to be a police officer, then he can get the whole mission wrong. CSOs not to police officers or neither CSOs are above the law. They're not above the law at all. We all need to operate within the confines of the law. For example, if you want to demonstrate, nothing wrong for making you inform the police. Go sit down with the police, talk to them about the method of demonstration what you want to do, decide the route where you want to take, so that they'll be able to prepare and provide adequate security for you, for you able to process and make your voices be heard. This President Julius Maada Bio, no president no day in history where they don't molest person. Nobody. In fact, the molest and say he is the only politician who they don't boss head, the stoner, Nabo, the boss head. He gets 8 stitches na head, President Bio, during campaign. The boss, the stoner. He go through all them persecutions then they in a president. What in the way they not don't talk about President Bio? Nothing on left again. Where they not don't talk for President Bio and wife. If Fatima Bio, she's the most persecuted first lady in we history. What in President Bio don't ever do? People in the campaign they make video them blast for President Bio in white. You know what it mean? For you blast me wife now. No, you know they do herself. Me wife, you know the venture. But all that thing and they take her. It don't take all of them things today. But what's wrong now for you go publicly, bonically, where you don't get no evidence, Elizabeth. You don't get no evidence. Now publicly they carry people that go along solo. No, see President Bio, Tiffy. Who say Tiffy? What's it thief from you? If President Bio don't thief from you, file case na court. You see, the problem will get self with brother than on the other side, Elizabeth, and this is where Salima ahead of 2020. This girl for be one of the key campaign message. And they drop this ball now to people in Asalo. This girl for be one of the key campaign message. You not go say you want to lead the country, but you didn't opposition. You not trust the institutions within the country, especially the judiciary. You don't trust. You know the attempt for use themselves. You don't do it. But rather you create your narrative. Create your own courts, create your own lawyer them, make your own judgment, pass your own verdict, and then put on a public. Say, oh no, the election, the thief. They don't know. But you know, test on no side for make you see who side they thief the election. That is wrong. And this alliance the way voters them ahead of 2028 need for pay attention to that day. It's dangerous. 2015 and sack the vice president, Sansumana. Sansumana now say the man will sack me. Now the president, so he's still going to Supreme Court. He file a matter at the Supreme Court. He go there. He lost at the Supreme Court. He go file a matter back now ECOWAS court. That's how you test a democracy. Now, so you don't know if a political party democratic, any political party will run away for use the judicial system, even when they're in opposition, you know they test them. It means that political party they of itself not democratic. So Alliance need for pay key attention to that. It means that political party they not democratic. If they get opportunity for come close to that power, then they misuse the judiciary. Now that message here, APC, we brother than on the other side. Now that message here they send. For say, oh no, we not deal with the judiciary at all. We don't judge this matter. We don't pass verdict. We don't use the judiciary anymore. But then when they gain a power, they want other political party that use the judiciary because we use in 2012. When we lost the election in 2012, we used the judiciary. We then began a power. But in 2018, they don't use the judiciary. 2023, they don't even near day. But then they create a public narrative for make it fit the condition of the whole situation. For push a narrative to the people of this country. That is wrong, Elizabeth. Democracy not operate that way. Developing democracy, even though Donald Trump corrupt, stay in America corrupt, but Democrats are still using the judiciary. Even though some of the judges, now he appoints them. Now Trump appointed judges. But they still file cases there. Now court. They go there. They file cases in a court. But the same politician they went in at the opposition, individually they get cases with people that they file complaint at the courts and they win them matter then they undercover. We know they are public. And they do it. They use the judiciary. Some of them they are lawyer, they get client, they go there, they win case them for the client them. They win case them for the client them. It's like the same judiciary. But when it comes to the highest level now, oh no, they don't believe her. They don't believe the judiciary. That is disingenuous, Elizabeth.
We had to leave it there as time on the beat we, but plenty thank you for this contribution and trying to do this clarification. The right to reply now we give Moses Lumambu because CSOs they make claims against her. So we go get onto you back, Moses Mambu, if need be. Thank you for joining the show this morning. All right, that's now being Moses Lumambu, the PRO for the Sierra Leone People's Party, where feel say impersonality was attacked and it gets it right for come and answer to that allegations. So Edmond, for why should they try for roundup? You don't hear me where Moses say CSO not for work against the government. Do you agree to the fact that CSO not for work against the government and for work hand in hand for make sure them push waiting the ordinary citizens they need?
Oh, that statement is in his Moses Mamu, it's a political statement, just talk as PRO. You know, so that statement in the whole telling me side. But having stated that not mean to say you know for compliments. You do compliments. Me, I don't compliment government. And when we compliment government, I get more weight, even at international level, at the World Bank IMF level. I've done that with the APC, I've done that with this government. So it don't mean say you get for go against now when you talk against government, that makes you an activist. No. That's not it. You understand? But the coming to the you see this issue, people like for left this gaslighting. But if you see Alfonso, then that's not the thing is about Alfonso. He always accuse people. He always that's what he do in the gaslight. Oh, and for me I think say this nakama. Because now the party, now they all be the operate. Now they be the cooperate with. This people don't go on the they don't go on the point to say it cost me mama. This very Alfonso one they call activist. You know, in complete the cyber, 10 they run away, they don't put warrant for them, it's running away. It don't cost me mama, it don't talk all kind simply because of he want to take position for PRA. And now they take position for PRA. So if you accuse her today, now let the same two works fall out. This is what I keep telling this young man, this young activist. They not fine. There's no problem for them to go against Edmond, but they don't become very systemic and consistent. You go to NASCOM, you go meet Moses Mahmoud, you go meet Saul Amini, you go meet Alfonso De, they talk for NASCOM. You go under PC and Sons, you go outside, Toro one go up, where Edmond know they fair for letter, you go meet them. It is consistent, it is ugly, and I don't tell them it's ugly. They're not fine. They do the work of a CSO. So for me, I think Moses Mahmoud is on the right side, and I'm glad he left the space. I'm happy he left the space because some of them they were not serving, they were not able to do the right cause. So for me, again, having stated that, Alfonso for give evidence to say Moses Mahmoud go collect money. He can say that again for Edmond. He can say that for Elizabeth because that's what they do. If this Mahmoud guy man go to parliament, oh, that because people and get fake food. Can you imagine? Oh my goodness, there's network in bad in this country. I took them. You know, when he said that, you know how many months they bleed? You gap, you go, you President Mioka and something at this Elizabeth, you say, no. And I trust Moses no. It comes something of free education. This one go, it's not possible. Free education, you know, now like man, it's not possible. They did talk against all kind of things. It talk all kind bad against President Bill. But right now, they benefit of free education. So.
All right. So, what will be your final advice to you others?
CSO should be CSO. CSO, the thing where don't happen, like for instance, the phone is space. You wanted to get phone for instance from the I call them USAID. You understand? CSO not for Abopa donor money. Whether donor money they done, you are done. Then don't make so much. Let's go to this. Hey, CSO space. People they talk. No, not because CSO them. Sometimes even in media can be crooked against the CSO. I'm not talking about unity. The media they don't come their poverty. So some of the media, take for instance, if the mobile company and they support the media for let's survive. You understand? You need to expect that media they for let call Edmond Abu. No. I say I'm under the mobile company. I don't call the media the name, but people they know the media then they not ever they take sides to the mobile companies. And for me, I don't blame the media then because sometimes the media poverty there. So also with the CSO they suffer. Some of our colleagues they don't sick. Some of our colleagues they don't go join politics. Because what's the point? You keep insulting them, they don't get anything. If not to be able to say as strong by the grace of God. Me say for all left, they don't jail me twice. I don't sell property, sell $150,000. When they go back and kneeling at this country, now first begin by the grace of God. I sell them during that case. What you come on it? So I don't benefit nothing. So if I go join APC or SLPP, so say better than it. This are the things that people have put their foot there. So that is why it is difficult for CSOs. And then the one, if they arrest CSO, is on his own. It's when they arrest Lansana to be you are there. It's in a 200 lawyer. But when Edmond Abu, 200 lawyer no go do. The lawyer they will go to no now only the legal team. That is for the pay them. So you see, so the Even the lawyers are interested in politics. Politics, they give money now.
All right.
Now they don't know one go. Now they could get there.
Edmond, we had to go. This conversation is gonna be for.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So I think that's the parting point. Last lady, I made a beg again for Lasana. Let President Bill release them. Let use section 64 paragraph C. Let them do non-prosecute. Let them discontinue the matter. A statement not that grievous. A statement not pose any security threat. Being a one person we don't talk and say not to be a message dandy. Transport don't go up. Thing don't go up. Now the thing for be take. But for say Tifi Jankoliko, President Bio, after us, Paulo Conte don't go gone. Now State House. You pardon them. So this my statement really because it don't make any big deal. It not any big deal. Not any big deal. As a matter of fact, if I want to watch as any party, the one who them be there, no supporter. But then they let me go. No, because so many big things that they for think about. Not to last another way in the one there. And the APCs, let me say they want them because most of them you see them so. Some of them glad we say last another way there. And they watch them, and they see them, some of the laws, some of them go there no more because of they get lower level election. Some of them they know say the last another day will not win the delegates them, the electoral collect all the politics that they play, they undermine themselves. And this is what I keep saying. Let us not wear come out President Bill. Media appeal. This also my force, Elizabeth. And they use this medium again for big President Bill. Let them release that man. Let it go. Let APC do the lower level election. That's why I congratulate and thank the PPLC for what they give them. That waiting for extended lifespan and all. I also want to congratulate the neck boss, the new Edmond Alpha, and also the Alpha Bulem law continue for remain civil. Let President Bill left. I also want to thank Unity Broadcasting, Auntie Elizabeth, you are an enigma. I want to compliment you. I want to tell you, say, salute people that appreciate you, and you come on to the media space is a blessing. Thank you very much. God bless you, man.
All right, that's now Edmond Abu, where Insef throw in voice on the activities of the CSO that the space is not taking, and it do that clarification. How them for work. Well, now so we go end this edition of the Unity Morning Show. Unfortunately, we studio guests not able to show up. He apologized, say he's sick. So we apologize, as we been say, we will get the Deputy Human Rights Commissioner inside the studio. He did not show up, unfortunately, but the program, Unity Broadcasting Morning Show, plenty thank you to the one that will join we online. You will send a text message, congratulations. You will not send again. Tomorrow is your time. So we producer of this program, the head of technical David Harding, and all the one that will make this show a success. Congratulations to you. Me, your name now Elizabeth Kefwe Gembe. Good morning and bye for now.
Unity Broadcasting Television don't come for unify, sensitize, and inform salon people home and abroad. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. Developments now we complete. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all. Developments now we nation salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. Developments now we complete. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all. Developments now we nation salon. Independent media house, we dey here for unify, sensitize and inform. Sierra Leoneans home and abroad. We dey here so for talk, but wetin dey happen? Political discussion, you for know about salon politics. Religious messages, entertainment self no go let them. We no go left nothing below. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. Developments now we complete. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all. Developments now we nation salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. Developments now we complete. Unify, sensitize, and inform we all. Developments now we nation salon. This not the thing them where we dey talk about Sierra Leone political history, befitting the lives of fake people. Waiting they be in a social media. One-on-one interview, we go bring you all the hot topics. Unity Broadcasting TV say, and we like we self and bad. sensitize salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. Development now we continue. Unify, sensitize and inform we all. Development now we nation salon. Unity Broadcasting TV don't come. Development now we continue. Unify, sensitize and inform we all. Development now we nation salon.